How often do you use fruit as a venue, or how many times have you used fruit?
I've done many things there because I wear so many different hats in what I do. I've got my band and I'm also a stylist, so I've done fashion shows there 3 times, and we've had gigs with the band there 4 times.
Roughly how many people come to your gigs?
Varying numbers. We've had everything from 50 people to 190, I think was the most.
What age group come to your gigs?
All ages. Ice House Project appeals to all kinds of ages. We have everyone from 18 to people in their 50s.
What do you think of fruit as a venue?
I love fruit as a venue. It is so versatile. One night they'll have a film on. The following night they'll have like a comedian on, and there'll be seating in the audience. And then the night after that they'll have a band on. It's just so different.
How did you hear about fruit?
I was looking for a venue where we could cut ourselves live again, because we'd not played live for so long. I wanted somewhere that was close to home and cool enough, big enough, because the Adelphi, the last time we played there, we filled it, so we needed a bigger space. And I approached the Welly, asking to hire out the upstairs of the Welly, but the Welly people have got a partnership in fruit, and they said, well, we've got this new little venue that's more suited, and come and have a look. And when I arrived, I thought it was just some old warehouse, which it is, but when you walk in the door, it's absolutely is.
Do you ever go to any other events then? And if you do, what kind of events do you go to?
I don't go out much these days, but I have been down there. We played Freedom Festival as a band, and obviously we were walking round afterwards, so there was all the warehouses had thrown the doors open and they had things going on in there. So fruit was open that night, and I've been to a market during the day.
Was that good? Did they sell loads of stuff?
Yeah, there's loads of bric-a-brac, and there was a stall that sold coffee, and there was a stall that sold old retro bicycles. It was good.
So did Freedom Festival bring a lot more people than you'd usually get?
Yes, a lot more people. We didn't have the likes of JLS and your screamy teeny bopper bands. What are they called? McFlurry, is it? So you didn't have lots of screamy girls, which was good because it meant you got lots of people there that liked real music, that they were there for proper scrumbly musicians in skinny jeans and eyeliner. Yeah.
What do you think to the other developments then on Humber Street?
I don't think there's enough. It needs to be more. There needs to be, and you can play this to the council, they need to come to some kind of arrangement so that the rents are cheap down there, or even the buildings are cheap so people can afford to buy them and do stuff with them. I want to see Freedom Festival happen every weekend like Camden Market in London.
Do you know anything about the history of Humber Street, like what it used to be?
Yes, I know it's hard to believe, but I'm 300 years old, and I remember as a child going down Humber Street getting some fruit on a weekly basis. My granddad used to take me down there, and my dad used to take me down there. We used to get the weekly fruit supply.
What do you think to fruit in terms of being a performer? Do you think that the facilities are good, like the lighting and...
Amazing. Now it's finished. I think when we first did it, there wasn't the full sound system in, but it's got a 12k rig, and it's a Function 1 sound system, so it's beefy as hell. And we're a dance act, so you can imagine it's pretty pounding. And the space is great. It's just enough. I think its capacity is 250. And the bar is just like old bits of brick and some paving slabs on the top, but it works. It's fine.
How does Fruit and yourself promote your gigs?
We've done it in a number of ways. We've done it via Fruit's pages on Facebook. We've done it also via Welly's network of people. And then we've also done it ourselves. We've done it many different ways.
Do you think Humber Street has the potential to grow and develop into a place well known for music culture?
I hope so. There is a psychological divide, though, and that is Freetown Way. For some reason, people are reluctant to cross the A63, and unless there's more bars down there and more venues doing a similar thing, it's difficult to get people to Fruit because of its situation.
How has Fruit helped the Ice House project?
Well, without Fruit, we wouldn't be playing live right now, because I would have found any excuse not to do it. Because if I think for 1 minute about all the things that could go wrong with Ice House Project when it performs live, then I simply wouldn't step on stage. But Fruit and the team really helped us achieve the live shows, which enabled us to then kind of get our swing back, I guess, because we'd not played live for so long. We needed that.
Roughly how much does it cost to hire Fruit?
It depends. On the time of year, like coming up to Christmas, it's costing $400 for the venue. And whoops, that's me. $400 for the venue, and then you've got your sound guy on top of that. Mike normally does it for $150 for us. But back in July, it was dead quiet. Nobody had many nights on, so we got it for $200 all in. So you know, even though we didn't have a big crowd, nobody lost any money.
What genre would you classify your music as?
We are dance, pop, dance.
Do you do it for the money, or do you just do it for enjoyment? Or a bit of both?
Love it. I don't think anybody is in the music industry for the money these days, because seriously, it's died. So no, we don't do it for the money. We do it because, you know, I have to perform, I have to write, I have to sing, I just have to do it, otherwise I'll die.
So do you think it gives people good opportunities to get themselves heard?
Yeah. It's one of those venues that isn't so back-breaking. It's not like you're hiring the KC, and if you don't fill it, then you lose a shed load of money. It's not a venue like that. It's much more. It's easier to, and there's less pressure to fill it, because, you know, you don't have to fill it to make a quick profit.
What do you think to Fruit's image and the way it displays itself to its audience?
I love the way it promotes itself. It's cool, it's underground, it's a little bit dishevelled, it's a little bit dusty, it's got concrete floor, it's got iron beams, girders in there. It's amazing. It's everything that my kind of people are from.
Yeah. Do you think if there was more bars and restaurants, it'd bring a new, bigger audience to Humber Street?
Yes.
I think that's what it needs.
It needs bars, it needs restaurants, it needs more venues. The council need to get rid of the red tape, and let people open up down there. And it also needs, I think it needs a licensing review, because there's something about it being a residential area.
Oh, right.
Because of the pier and the marina. And with it being a warehouse, the soundproofing isn't great.
Yeah.
So if it's got pounding music till 3 o'clock in the morning, then there's going to be complaints. So they need to sort something out.
So do you think it'd be a good investment for businessmen and the council to put in? Do you think it could be the next big place?
No. I don't think it's ever going to want to be the next big place, because already at the minute it's cool. Everyone knows about it. Everyone knows where it is. Any event that you've got going on, or all the posters down in Newland, on Princess Avenue, they all say it's at Fruit. So everyone, it's happening there already.
Yeah.
I think if it got too big, it would spoil it. You know, you would get investors coming in and putting neon and carpets in,